This Is Who I Am Lena Katina album. This Is Who I Am is the debut studio album of the Russian singer-songwriter Lena Katina, released on 18 November 2014. The album marks the beginning of Katina's solo career as she and her former bandmate, Julia Volkova, announced the separation of their music group, T.A.T.U., on 2011. Katina has writing credits on all of the album's songs, including those co-written with her husband, Sash Kuzma. Musically, the album is a pop genre with rock influences, and lyrically it mostly speaks about discovering herself. 4 singles were released from the album, and her first and lead single of the album, Never Forget, reached #1 on the MTV Russia Top 10 and also won the said station 2011 Video of the Year. The remix track of Never Forget by Dave Aud also reached #1 on the US Billboard Hot Dance Club Play and reached #1 in Greece. Lift Me Up released as the second single, and the track has a positive feedback from Spanish audiences. The third and fourth singles, Who I Am and An Invitation, have been successful in several Europe countries such as Germany, Italy, Spain, and her homeland, Russia. This Is Who I Am received both positive and negative reviews from critics. The album was released worldwide as a digital download, and the physical copy of the CD was released on Katina's official website. Background and development. When Katina announced the separation of T.A.T.U., she immediately left Russia and went to the United States to find a label and start her solo career. However, several label groups rejected her, and Katina said in an interview, "I am trying to find a label, but they don't want me, for some reason." Despite this, the singer still pursued her own career through funding it with her own money and was supported by former T.A.T.U.'s executive producer Boris Rensky. Katina spent a few years in Los Angeles, California, recording and writing her first solo album with her band members Sven Martin, Domen Vajvek, Steve Wilson, and Jorg Koring. It took almost 5 years to finish the entire album, and Katina said in an interview, "It is a good result of a hard work and a long path of becoming a solo singer and a songwriter, of finding myself." Katina was highly involved with the packaging, designing the album with several photos of her with friends, parents, and Julia Volkova with her personal handwriting as the caption. On 15 December 2014, the album was released in Italy with 14 tracks. The Italian edition of the album featured the song Golden Leaves with the collaboration of Italian singer. On 1 July 2016, the album was re-released under the Spanish title Esta Soy Yo. The reissued album contains the Spanish-translated tracks with 3 remixes such as Levantine Dave Aud Radio Remix, No Voy a Olvidar Marigaki's remix, and Perdida and El Bale Fly Dream remix. Spanish-translated lyrics were done by her friend Karina Nuvo. On the same date of re-release, Katina announced that she and her team are working for the Russian version of the album. Critical reception. This Is Who I Am received both positive and negative reviews from critics and fans. For its sick highs, the album does have a few lows. The Pop Sun said, adding, "With its sick bad, I would still rate this album pretty favorably because of the highs. It's definitely an album people should listen to, even if you're not familiar with Lena Katina." Track listing. Official track listing. Personnel. Lena Katina lead vocals, background vocals, executive producer, writer, sir, writer, writer, sir, writer, sir, writer, sir, writer, sir, writer, writer, sir, writer, writer, sir, writer, writer, writer. Sven Martin, executive producer, guitars, writer, keyboard, programming, Jasmine Ash, writer, backing vocals, Eric Luander, writer, producer, keyboards, programming, boards, boards, Iggy Strange, dull writer. Jack Brockbar, writer. Keyboards, guitars, bass, programming. Vasi, writer. Eric Lidbom, writer. Producer, surf, producer, surf, surf, producer, surf, producer, surf, surf, producer, surf, producer, surf, producer, surf, producer, surf, producer, surf, 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 producer, surf, surf, producer, surf, producer, surf, producer, surf, producer, surf, 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 producer, surf, producer. Justin Gray, writer, sound mixer, producer, backing vocals, keyboards, programming, guitars, drums, basses. Boris Rensky, producer, writer, recording. Domen Vajvek, guitars, writer, producer, bass, keyboards, programming. Jorg Koring, drums, writer, guitars, backing vocals. Sesh Kuzma, drums, writer, recording, producer, keyboards, programming. Steve Wilson, bass, drums, writer. Andre Rec, management. Dean Beckett, product manager. Greg Benninger, graphic designer. Maria Abraham, writer. Stephen Lee, writer, producer, keyboards, programming. Sammy Nadja, writer, producer, keyboards, programming. Drew Ryan Scott, writer, producer. Troy McCubbin, writer, guitars. Lean Dissing, writer. Hayden Bell, writer. Sarah Lundbank, writer. Veronica Ferrero, sound mixer. Mike Bowden, sound mixer. Joseph, sound mixer. Ken Lewis, sound mixer. Nathaniel Boone, sound mixer. Matt Marin, sound mixer. Alan Johans, guitars. Jeanette Olson, backing vocals. Nadia Duggan, backing vocals. Nicole Kale, backing vocals. Pell Hillstrom, guitars. Fox Fagan, bass. Bruno Gruel, sound engineer. Release history. References.